Hello everyone and welcome to the Dad Bod vlog. Today we're going to talk about what to expect when running your first 10k and how to prepare. Yeah, so the first thing is obviously to prepare for a 10k you've got to train. If you're an experienced runner, you probably already are training. And if you're not an experienced runner, I would not recommend trying to run a 10k without training. We're not going to cover on training in this video because that's a video for another day. Utilise your park run, another way to prepare. It'll give you that race day feeling, turning up and there's hundreds of people there and you're timed at an event and you look forward to it, get it done in the morning, get a result at the end of the day and you know you're happy with it, hopefully. Yeah, so another way to prepare, check the weather. You don't want to be going there without any waterproofs if you know it's going to be smashing it down, unless you're really brave and you want to run in a vest. Or I've even seen people run 10k's amongst other races in just swimming trunks, which is bizarre, but people do it. But nonetheless, prepare for the weather. If you're going to be running and it's going to be scorchy, or make sure you're going to be dressed comfortably. And going on with that, scout the course as well. Some courses are absolutely flat, like I've run the Run Entry 10k a couple of times and that is just virtually flat all the way around, so you know what to expect. However, there's the likes of the Knowsley Safari 10k, which is all great and well up until that last sort of 2 or 3 kilometres where it's all uphill and them hills are absolutely steep. And I really wasn't prepared for it. Nobody told me, I didn't know, I didn't scout the course. And yeah, my legs felt like elephant's legs by the time I'd finished. Yeah, another thing you can do to prepare is make all your gear ready the night before. So make sure you've got everything you're gonna need. Running socks, your trainers, a drink, a little snack like a banana maybe, something. And everything you're going to need, even your headphones if you're going to be taking them around with you. Make sure you've got all that to check with you. And then obviously preparing the night before, get a good early night's sleep. Some people go on about carb loading and things like that. If it's your first one and if it makes you feel better, have a nice spaghetti bolognese or a lasagna the night before. For a 10k, I don't deem it really necessary. Only personal preference, because the day after I feel like a bit bloated and a bit heavy, and for all 10k's are good. You can get around quite easily without a belly full of food. I'd rather feel that little bit lighter in the morning, but that's just personal preference. If you want to stuff your face, you stuff your face. As I say, I never claim to be a running coach. There's experts out there, but that's just what works for me. Leading on to the morning of your race, get up nice and early, a good 45 minutes, an hour before you need to leave the house. Get yourself some breakfast, check the weather again, make sure everything's happy, make sure your phone's charged, make sure you've got every single thing you need so you're not thinking, oh crap, I'm on my way there and I forgot. Whether it be a drink or something that you may need, like your headphones or plasters for your nipples if you need them. Yeah. Get into the race. You want to get there, I'd like to say, a good hour before and get a good feel for the event. You might have a bag to check in or and leave somewhere that you might want to leave. Most races have like sort of places where you can check your bag in and they'll look after it for you. I personally don't like to use them just because it's just one more thing to do on race day, queuing up for half an hour just to put your bag somewhere. Personally, I like to leave my stuff in the car, and the only thing valuable I take with me is probably my phone, which I like to keep in my pocket anyway because I play my tunes and my Spotify's tracking me on there. So I have my phone with me at all times and it only goes in your pocket. So personally, I don't really unless, I guess, if you're coming on the train or something like that where you don't have a car, then yeah, fair enough. Give yourself plenty of time to get there, check your bag, and you've got plenty of time to warm up. Most 10Ks have a warm up, a dedicated warm up. The St. Helens 10K warm up I find is class. You know, they have. I seen them have a guy on who I recognised from a local gym when he used to train years ago. He was leading it. It was good to see him, and you know, everybody was just joining in, and it is quite fun and beneficial to warm up, because let's be honest, you need to warm up. Yeah, the race itself, lots of races, most of them will ask you beforehand what time you're going to be likely to finish or what you're aiming for. I recommend staying within them, because you don't want to be at the front and everybody barging past you. You don't want to be at the back and everyone zooming off from you and overtaking people. They're there for a reason. Use the allocated lanes to run in, because it's just safer for everyone and it's a more pleasurable experience. If you're aiming for a specific time, like a 55 minutes, an hour, maybe 50 minutes if you're awesome at running and quicker than me, there's paces. Paces are really good. They generally tend to be running around with a big massive flag that'll say 1 hour, and he'll be doing that, or she will be running that race in an hour or whatever time it might be. I was gutted. I was following one for ages and it was a slower time than what I'd set out for. I think I was following the hour and I thought he was the 55 minute. As I couldn't quite see the number on the flag, I was absolutely gutted, so I had to really put it in to get under an hour at the end, which, you know, live and learn, I guess. So, and the other thing is just enjoy the race. On race day, you probably find there might be people who have like a different body type to you, and they're really impressive, and they go flying past you and you go, hang on a minute, like, you know, I should be running quicker than him or her, and that's not what it's about. You don't know their story and they don't know yours. You know, they could be the best 10K runner in that race. So bear that in mind. You don't have to put yourself down just because somebody else is running faster than you, and you shouldn't be looking down on people for not running as fast as you. We're all there together and you're in the same race together. You know, if you can win it, great, but you know, don't compare it. Run your own race. If you set goals for yourself, try and achieve them, and don't worry about anybody else unless you're setting out to win, which, you know, unless you're like a top class competitive runner, then yeah, fair enough, you've got your own goals and your own strategies and how to win a race. But that's it, run your own race. You've got nothing to be ashamed of, and just enjoy the atmosphere of, you know, people, the crowd. You know, if your family come and support you, look out for them, because it does help you when you know, you're flagging a bit. It's a bit like, I always say, it's a bit like when you're a kid and you know, when I was playing rugby, if my bird came to watch, I put that extra 10% in. It's the same when your family's in the crowd, or your missus or whoever. So especially, you know, if you've got a couple of kiddies, they love a high five. And then when you finish the race, go get your medal, your t-shirt, go and say hello to everyone, thank everybody who you know, if you get a chance, like marshals and things like that. Often the volunteers in the race can't really go ahead without them, so you want to be thanking them. And mingle, meet people, talk to people. I don't partake in that somewhat, but I do overhear people talking who probably met for the first time, and it's, you know, oh, how did you get into running, or are you part of a running club? And I think it's quite good to socialise at these events, because people are genuinely quite friendly and everybody's there with a like-minded interest of running. So yeah, bear that in mind. It's a good way to, you know, meet new friends and get along with people that you might not have done otherwise. And there's people there who might inspire you, who, you know, because there's people who are, you know, maybe recovering from illness and or a really bad horrific injury, or they're running for a really worthwhile charity. So yeah, just bear all that in mind at the finish line and even at the start line, I suppose. But yeah, and when it's all said and done, just enjoy it. It's a great day. It should be, you know, something that you're enjoying, because if you're not enjoying doing it, really, push yourself and challenge to get it done. And then afterwards, give yourself a treat. Personally, I like to take my good lady to the pub and sink a good few pints of Guinness. That's my celebration to favour. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my video. If I didn't cover anything, if you got any questions, drop me a comment. I always reply. It's not like I get millions, so I'm always happy to reply. Yeah, then that's pretty much it. Yeah, like me, please subscribe, and if you want notifications on any new videos, click my bell. I'll see you next time.